Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether it's YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify, and as well as you can follow on social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X. It is Friday. It's a very early episode. I know I was going to release I was going to do this type of episode with last night's episode, but last night's got a little long, but today's episode is going to be just the match about tomorrow against AC Milan, our final preseason match. Listen, I am excited for this match tomorrow, but I'm excited for, again, it's Milan versus Manchester United. Some fans are going to treat this match as, I'm going to say it, like a Champions League final. Why? Because of Ruben Amorim who was our former gaffer, who's now the manager of AC Milan, and now that we have Michael Carrick, obviously we're going to talk about the previous manager and Michael Carrick. Well, I'm not going to, but the fan base is going to make it go about that, which they still are, which is still what's happening right now. Listen, we know what happened with Amorim. I have made my comments about it. I was an Amorim supporter. I still do support him. I'm not going to hold anything against him. We know what happened here when he was the manager of the club. But here we are now in a new stage of Manchester United. We know what happened at the end of the season. We know how it all turned out. We're in Champions League, blah, 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 blah. And now he's taken over AC Milan and all that stuff. So this game tomorrow has zero meaning. Let's remember that, ladies and gentlemen. This game has zero meaning for any of it. So it doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't matter if they beat us 5-0 or if we beat them 5-0. The game has zero impact. But what I want to see, what we're going to see is we're going to see different things. We're going to see probably close to what their starting 11 is going to be for next week. And we're going to see what our starting 11 is going to be close to as well. Are we going to have players coming back to start in spite to just play against them? There's going to be talks about, the 3-4-3. There's going to be talks about, his back five, which is still a 3-4-3. It's just his wing backs were just players out of position. It was never a back five. So on and so forth. We're going to have Carrick, who's going to be in his 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, playing more possession based, which is, we all know what's going on. We're going to have ex-players playing against their former managers, so on and so forth, but they are going to treat it like this. We may see spins after this match about, how United are in the right direction if United came out with a win. But like I've said before, and I'll say it again, it is great that it's great if we get a win. But I don't want to treat this as, we've shown him in a game that at the end of the day will mean nothing. Please remember that, United fans. It will mean nothing. It has zero input because you can go on and hold your head up high if we beat Amorim, but where's your head going to be when we lose a game next week to Hull City, where that game actually matters, and these players didn't show up, they shit the bed, blah, 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 blah. What would you do then? How would you be reacting? You still going to be bragging about how we beat Amorim and then we lose the following week to a game that actually has importance? Let's choose our battles here. And you know what? At the end of the day, drop it. Drop what happened with Amorim. Just move on from it. We're at a new stage. Carrick is here. Back Carrick. If you backed Amorim or if you didn't, cool. Leave it there. But don't keep trash talking him. Same thing. Because again, the fans that are trash talking Amorim are the ones that are going to probably turn on Carrick if things go sideways for him at Manchester United. So let's just move on here. Okay, so for tomorrow, listen, I do want to see things, and I have mentioned it before. I would like a win. I do want to see consistency. I want to see a proper rotation. I want to see more of our starting 11 tomorrow, or of an idea what's going to happen. I don't know if Licha, Manu, and Rashford would be starting because they just came back this week. So we'll probably see Maguire, Heaven as your back pair. Luke Shaw may start. Mazraoui, it will probably be the low starting. In the midfield, we'll probably see. I would like to see Tielemans and Santos together. The wings, the striker, Sesko's probably not going to be back. He'll probably just be coming off the bench. Bruno should be starting. We'll probably see Mbeumo up at the striker. I would like to see Cunha start on the left, or if not, bring Mbeumo on as the winger, and then Cunha starting off at the center forward, or Dorgu off and Cunha there. I don't like so that way we can see starting match, at least to get an idea of what the front attack is going to be. Listen, Amos, Lacey, they will get their moments. They will probably, I don't know. Well, Lacey didn't play Wednesday. It could have been just for rotation. Amos did get a start, which was decent, but I like to see him there. I would like to see what they're going to do for the midfield. Again, we're almost 2 weeks away from, well, we're technically, we're just under 3 weeks away from the end of the transfer window, so we need to see what's going to happen. So we do have a lot of questions. So, realistically, again, just having the team healthy, the men should be there. Again, I would like to see more of the attack. I really would. I would like to see an increase of the attack. Again, Mbeumo has been great this preseason. I won't take that away from him. He has been scoring, which is good because last season didn't really have much for preseason. Again, I want to see our actual simulation of what our actual attack is going to be for tomorrow. That's the thing. So, an FYI, I have mentioned it in episodes before, as we've been leading up to it, calling this the Amorim Derby. So when you see the logo and everything for this episode, please like and respond and whatever. And I'm just having fun with it because when you look at it, you see people still talking about Amorim, what he's doing at AC Milan. Again, let's just move on from it. So, but going back to it, I want to see what our attack is going to be. I want to see Bruno in the 10. I want to see players in the positions that they're going to be come possibly for Hull. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if this is what our lineup's going to be or not. We can still change it for the week, but I want to see something similar to what we're going to see during the season. I want to see something like that. I want to see who our proper midfield pair is going to be. I want to see what Manu is going to do. I want to see what Aiden Heaven and is Aiden Heaven going to earn his start for next week against Hull, or is he going to go straight to Leach? What's Luke Shaw going to do? What is sorry about that. I just want to see, I want to get a feel of this being an actual game, of them actually prepping for an actual game. Leeds was it was rotational, but this is the game where you want to see, because again, as much as we have Hull, we have Ipswich, and then we have Everton, I do want to see what's going on with Hull, and I want to see how we're going to prepare ourselves and what a starting lineup is going to be. He may still dabble and rotate for the first 3 matches, but we won't ever know because we don't know if it's going to be treated like this. So, but yeah, it's going into this match. Also, one thing too, I don't want to see a quick goal. I don't want to see that. I want to be able to see us control the midfield. That's the one thing too. Nothing against the Fletcher brothers, Lacey and Moss, but I want to see our actual core of what our starters could be. And I don't want to see us just being there, being like, oh, well, we're going to just put in the youngsters. I'm okay with the youngsters playing on later on, but it's the start I want to see more of. I know some players are coming back fit, but I want to see Bruno in the 8, or not in the 10. I want to see if it's Tielemans and Santos. I know people were criticizing Tielemans, saying that he couldn't keep up with the pace last week. He's just getting himself back from injury. One, he was injured. 2, he's just getting himself back in condition. It was his second game. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to see him get better. We're going to see him get more fit. He did play at the World Cup, but he also got injured at the World Cup, so getting himself back is there. Plus, you were all praising him the weekend before when he was playing against PSG. So, come on. Let's give time for a guy who played, another 30 minutes. So I would like to see Tielemans and Santos start. I'd like to see what they can do because they could potentially be our starting pair for Hull City. Or we may have Santos and Kobe or Kobe and Tielemans, or well, we don't know what's going on with Mason Mount. Or we know we see Mason Mount starting. If he's good, chances are he's probably not. He's probably going to sit out and be on the bench and back for Hull City. But yeah, like they need to control all phases. Like last week's goal wasn't good. We did have someone bite in and they were able to score. We have had the issues when starting, giving up the quick goal. Obviously, I know last game we didn't, but we still gave up a poorly defended goal. We've allowed PSG and Atletico to score in the first couple of minutes of the match. So we've had to chase. Last game we let them in. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes through counters we gave up certain things, but it's just a matter of getting ourselves organized. But we have to be able to control all areas. But again, I want to see the attack more. I want to see more finishing. In midfield, I want to see control. I want to see advancements going forward. I don't want to see passing back, so on and so forth. I want to see being able to go forward. So, again, it's the final game of preseason. I just want to come out of this healthy. If we get a win, we get a win. Again, if we... How do I put this? It's nice for a win. But if we lost 1-0, I won't be upset, or 2-0. I won't be criticizing it. If we blow a lead to Hull City next week, that's when I'll start losing these games. That's when I'll start being judgmental. Because right now we have players coming back. We have players that are just coming fit. Carrick is still working on trying to see who's going to be in what positions. Not only that, we know that any of us on the board are not going to be having properly. This is the final game where I think they are going. Actually, you know what? No, that's a lie. It's going to depend on how Hull City and Ipswich go. Is going to determine if we're going to get new transfers in, or if they go for a player who can do multiple positions. So that's what it is. This is going to be an assessment of, do we need more talent? Chances are, if they win tomorrow, Man United, they're going to probably still going to be like, So we'll probably still see spins of how that's going to go. But realistically, it's going to be the first two Premier League games that it's going to assess us on how things are going to go. But listen, we know AC Milan had a tough season last year. We know they do have a talented squad. Obviously, Leao has been reached to it. We have Luka Modric. Listen, am I saying this is going to be an easy Manchester United win? No. No. But fans are going to treat this as the biggest game of the year. They are. Some fans want this as a revenge game. So, listen, we know what happened. We know the backstory. It's just funny that we get Amorim at AC Milan, and that ends up being the last preseason game before the season, and you still have fans expressing some fans expressing their love for Amorim. That is a sarcastic comment. But we do see that we do know what happened previously. So, but no, again, there's a lot of things I want to see tomorrow. Obviously, they're going to be facing a team with a different formation, back three, but we have to be able to move the ball, counter. Like, again, I want to see possession based. I don't want us to be relying on moments like a counter. Don't get me wrong, last week's goal with Xerxes and Mbuemo was great. The Mbuemo and then two Xerxes for the goal, but we do need more where we're getting a proper transition and control and moving the ball forward. And I like to see finishes. I like to see some finishes when we get those controls. So, but yeah, a lot of things for tomorrow. So, but yeah, listen, it's gonna be a fun match to watch tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say. Just because of the hype going into it, that's what it is. Everyone's looking forward to this, and everyone's going to treat this like a revenge match. It is, and there's going to be spin, and then what the result is post is, But listen, if we lost 1 or 2-0, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to lose it. I'm going to talk about certain things I didn't like, but I'm not going to lose it because next week is when I start losing it and start expressing frustrations. There are still, because again, I probably won't lose it next week, but as we get into the season and start playing the same way, then that's the concern. Because again, if we don't show up against Hull City, Ipswich, Everton, those are our first 3 matches. And again, nothing against those clubs. Those clubs can still beat us. Knowing how the mentality is of our players, sometimes it would not surprise me. Like, we would not get a decent result with Hull City. That's just what I'm going to leave it there as. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there for the episode. I will do my post-game episode tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Game is tomorrow. Do enjoy it. Enjoy the Amorim Derby, which is what I have titled it. Just having fun with it. That's what I'm just saying. So, but no, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy the match tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys after the match. And then don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whether it's YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. And then don't forget social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Don't forget to share it, especially have friends like it, tell them about it. Collaborations, let me know what you want to do as well. So this is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.